Macca's guides.
Hey everyone, Macca here playing Black Ops 6 Zombies, the new map, Citadelle Day More, and in this video I'll show you how to grab all 4 of the elemental swords available on this new map. You can actually grab all 4 of them in the same game, and it might be related to some further steps in the Easter egg, which are not yet solved. But let's just go ahead and get started. The first thing you're going to need to do is to probably get to Wave 10, where a special type of enemy will spawn that has a knight's helmet on its head. It'll be immune to headshots, but once you take it out, it will drop a golden reward item known as the Stamp. And this enemy will keep spawning in the later rounds after round 10, so you can have an endless supply of stamps. You can only carry 1 stamp at a time, but once you use your stamp, you can go ahead and pick up another one for later. Now what you can do is take your stamp, go to the knight's room, and you can trade it in for a basic version of a sword. But each sword is unique, and there are 4 different knights here. Let's start off with the fire element, which can be started by grabbing the dragon sword. Then you can take it to the lobby of the castle, go up the little steps, and insert it into the dragon statue here. Once you do that, 3 flames will light up on the map, and you have to deliver them to this dragon statue. 1 flame is found near the cannon, while 2 flames are found near the spawn. You're going to have to sprint and then interact with the sword to deposit the flame, and you will be taking damage as you are running with the flame. You can counteract this damage by punching a zombie in order to refill your health bar, or if you really want, you can brute force it using Juggernog and stamina perks. After depositing all 3 flames, the fire statue will breathe on the sword, creating the fire sword, allowing you to loot it and use it for the rest of the game. The next sword we can go for is the light sword, which starts with the Lion Knight's sword. So go ahead and trade in a stamp for the Lion Knight. And once you grab this sword, golden parasites will spawn. And you only need to kill 1 of them, but killing 1 parasite will make your sword glow gold. And now with a golden sword, you want to leave the other parasites alive. It's a little bit easier. You want to go to the upper village, which is to the right of the spawn. And here you can melee the door in order to empower one of the 4 symbols on the door. And then just find another golden parasite to power your sword gold again, melee the door again. Do this a total of 4 times to light up all of the symbols. And if for some reason you are out of golden parasites, you may need to flip the round to the next round for more of them to spawn. And once you have all 4 of the symbols on the door, you can interact with the door as if you were looting it in order to gain access inside. Once inside, interact with the pedestal at the end of the sewer to place your sword inside, and now symbols will begin flying around the room. You need to shoot the symbol that's glowing on the pedestal in the correct order, and you have about 1 minute to do so. Shooting them in the correct order all 4 times will empower the sword and allow it to become the light sword. If you shoot the wrong symbol, it'll restart the pedestal and you'll probably run out of time. Once empowered, just go ahead and interact with the sword to grab it and you'll be teleported out. That is the light sword all done. Next up, we can do the lightning sword, which starts by trading in a stamp with the Stag Knight. And then once you have this sword, you can go ahead and try to grab 3 lightning rods. 1 lightning rod is found next to the building near Deadshot Daiquiri. For the second lightning rod, you'll need to get dead wire ammo on your gun via one of the arsenal upgrades. Then you need to go to the upper village and shoot the circuit on the wall near the stairs. This will allow one of the lightning rods to fall off the roof and you can loot that. Then you want to go back to the Pack-a-Punch room, and this should help you spawn an enemy, an armored zombie that will be carrying your 3rd and final lightning rod. Just keep an eye out, and once you take it out, you can loot it from the ground. With these 3 lightning rods, go ahead and go to the wall on the castle, interacting with the metal vase to insert the lightning rods into the vase. This will begin a bit of a storm, and I'd recommend you take out your sword by holding your melee button. With your sword active, over time, it should get charged with electricity. And once it's charged, you should see that on screen. When it's charged, go ahead and melee the metal vase with the 3 lightning rods to power one of the lightning rods. If you don't do it fast enough, it'll get discharged in your hand and damage you. You need to do this a total of 3 times, and watch out for a ton of zombies spawning on that 3rd lightning rod. Once you have all 3 of the lightning rods powered, you can insert your sword, and then wait 5 seconds, take out your sword, and it'll be the lightning sword. Last but not least, we have the Void Sword, which is honestly pretty easy and can be done very early on, but has a little bit of an annoying puzzle. To start this one, trade in your stamp with the Raven Knight to get the Raven Knight's sword, and then visit the room right behind the Raven Knight to find a statue, and make sure you read what your statue is. There's literally a name printed on it. For me, it's the Panthera Leo, and there are 12 unique statues that you might get. Each of them corresponds to one of the 12 zodiac signs, by the way. And you want to take your newly acquired antiquity, go to where you spawned, and here you'll find the bar. And on the bottom floor of the bar, you can put your antiquity into the puzzle on the wall. Next, you have to figure out what the solution is to your specific antiquity, hopefully using this chart right here. I've also put the 6 most common solutions in text on screen. Your antiquity will correspond with one of the 12 zodiac signs. You can figure out which zodiac symbol you have and which element symbol it corresponds with. Then you want to rotate the rings of the rune in order for those 2 symbols to align at the bottom. For example, I know I have Leo because it's literally printed on the front of the antiquity I picked up, and it's also the jawbone. I then find the corresponding symbols for fire and Leo, and this lets me solve my rune puzzle. The puzzle will now begin ejecting purple balls into the air that try to follow you, and you'll be able to locate a void hole on the ground. Your goal is to lure the orbs to fly over the void, and they'll automatically deposit themselves into the void once they're close. You have to do this with 3 orbs in the bottom floor, and once that happens, it'll close up and we'll move on to the main floor of the tavern where we repeat this process. A void will open up in the ground. You'll have to lure 3 more orbs to it in order to fill it up. Once you do that, it'll close, and then we repeat this again on the top floor next to the pool table. And then once we again lure 3 orbs into the void near the pool table, it'll finally close that completely, and the orb will return to the basement. This process does take about 15 seconds, but once the orb goes into that rune puzzle we solved earlier, it will begin the process of empowering that sword. It'll then kind of glow and get ejected from the wall, and at that point you can loot it, and that is how you get all 4 of the elemental swords. Thank you so much for watching the video. Drop a like, share the video with a friend. Special thanks to everyone on Patreon for supporting the show. I'll see you soon. Peace!